The Beats Solo3 Wireless. Let's review. Hey there friends on YouTube, it's the JTL. I am back again, and as promised, I was going to spend a week with the Beats Solo3 Wireless, and then I was going to tell you what I think, and today I'm going to tell you what I think because it has been 1 week. So what do I think? Okay, what do I think about these guys? I've got some notes. Because I'm trying to be organized and you know, all that stuff. So let's look at my notes. Let me get to them. So what we're going to do today, we're going to go through a few of the hot things about these. And then we're going to go through the not so hot. Then we're going to talk about what the hot and the not so hot mean about whether or not you should purchase these headphones. Here we go. Now, what is hot about these guys? I've got actually 4 things that are hot. First thing that's hot is the W1 chip that Apple has developed and put in these things. And why is it hot? Let me tell you. It's infinitely easier to connect, to stay connected, and much like, well, not much like other wireless headphones that I've tried in the past, these things stay connected. They stay connected like nobody's business. And that's pretty amazing. And it's all due to, I imagine, the W1 chip that Apple developed for their wireless protocols. What else is hot? The range of these babies. By range, I'm talking about where you take your phone, you leave it someplace, you know, like if you're at your computer and you're listening to music and then you want to get up and go to the bathroom, or you want to go downstairs and get a glass of water, or, you know, an ice cream bar or something like that. You keep the headphones on, you walk away from your phone, and my goodness. So my office is upstairs in my house, and I've several times walked away from my phone, out of the office, down the hallway, down the stairs, into the kitchen, and no problems whatsoever. Not a little judder, not a little stutter, not nothing. Not nothing. No problems. I've never had a set of headphones that stay connected that well, that far away. I mean, my Razer Man of War gaming headset doesn't even stay connected 25 feet away, and this is easily like 60-70 feet and a floor in between, so pretty impressive. Now here is maybe the hottest of hot things about these headphones, and that is the battery life. So if you've watched my unboxing video, you saw when I took the headphones out of the box, they had 100% charge. And in the ensuing 7 days that I've used them, and I've used them a lot, I have worn them pretty much all day at work, and then taking them out for walks and doing all kinds of different things. There's not a day that's gone by that I haven't used them for 5 or 6 hours probably. And they started out at 100%, and as of now, they have 40%. Now, Apple advertises that these things have a 40-hour battery life, but I've never experienced anything like this. The best headphones that I had in this sense before were probably my Blue Buds X, which were also my favorite wireless headphones until like my dog chewed them up. And these things are just blowing the battery life for those out of the water. It's almost like if you use a Kindle, you forget sometimes that you have to charge the Kindle because it lasts for months on one battery charge. It's like with these, I sometimes forget that I would need to charge them eventually, but that day is still several days, if not another week away. You can leave these things on. They don't have an auto turn off. You just leave them on, and they seem to go into some sort of, you know, like sleep mode, and the battery doesn't drain. Unbelievable on that level. Those are the things that I think are really amazing. Now let's go through the few things that I think are anywhere from to So this is maybe a little bit more, this is a personal thing. It's not going to be a deal for everybody, but for me, I found them over time, over the span of several hours, like if I'm sitting at my desk doing work and I've got the headphones on, and I keep my headphones on at work whether I'm actually listening to something or not, because I don't want anyone to talk to me, because I am antisocial. That's why I have a YouTube channel. What happened with me was, whereas over-the-ear headphones like these, they don't put pressure on your ear itself, and for a glasses wearer, that's nice because you don't really have too many points of contact. But for these, being on the ear, that means that you're putting pressure on the ear, which is then pushing into your glasses, which are then pushing into your head. And I found that after an hour or two, that got to be pretty uncomfortable. The clamping force is not really strong on these, but it was strong enough to create that kind of situation. Now maybe it will loosen up over time, but you know, these are some pretty hefty metal bands inside the headband here. As I said in my unboxing review, I was concerned to see whether or not this rubber that is up here on the headband would pull my hair, and in fact it does. And it wasn't a big deal all the time, but it was annoying when it happened. The other thing that's not so awesome, and this is the thing that's been the ding against Beats since their inception, and that's the sound. How do they sound? Now, I tried early Beats and barely got out of the store and put them on my head before I went screaming back into Best Buy to return them. They were that bad. The Studio Wireless, I have a review on my channel for the Studio Wireless, and all these things I'm going to link somewhere, so description or up here, I'm going to have them linked. But the Studio Wireless actually was a great headphone. I really enjoyed them. I thought they sounded very nice. Beats have improved over time. So with these Solo Wireless, the thing that was interesting to me about the sound was that it was pretty good overall. But when I first put them on my head, I was like, oh, this is okay. And then when I wore them for a while and I started listening to different kinds of things, different kinds of music, audiobooks, podcasts, all those kinds of things, I started to get a sense of what they really sounded like. And what they really sounded like was very congested. And what I mean by congested is that there's just not a lot of space for the different ranges of frequencies. There's not a sense that the mids exist in their own space, and then the lows and highs have their own gradation, their own space. The mids felt very congested, and then the bass and the highs, by virtue of that, were not very crisp on the high end and not very well defined on the low end. Good thing for me is that the low end was not thumpy in the way that Beats have the reputation for them being thumpy. They are a more balanced headphone than they ever were before. But it's almost as though the smaller can, this smaller can, is not big enough to create a large soundstage, because they are $300 headphones, and if you're looking at $300 headphones, you want everything to be worth $300. And the sound, I'd grade it at a C. It's probably C level sound. Not C level as in, the level of the sea, but C as in what you maybe got in school sometimes, or all the time, or never at all. I'm not judging. Well, that brings me to some questions that people have had. From my unboxing video, people have asked a few questions. I'm gonna deal with some of those questions. Now, the first of the questions was, can you pair these to an Android device? And I just happen to have here a brand new explosion-proof Note 7. I'm going to, just on camera here, show you guys that they can, in fact, be paired. Connected. Very fast, very quick. So you lose a lot of the good that comes with the W1 chip. One thing that I think is really amazing about the W1 chip is that once you pair these Beats Solo3 Wireless with your iPhone, any device that has Bluetooth that is connected to your iCloud account then has these things available to select. So it's paired across every device that you have on your iCloud account. And that's pretty sweet. Android don't got nothing like that. But for those of you who are wondering, yes indeed, You can use them wirelessly with Android. The next question that I got was whether or not they sounded good with the headphone cable. Also, do they work without the power on? And the answer to both questions is yes. I tried it out. I plugged these guys in. I plugged them into the phone, and they worked. The sound was comparable to what they sound like wireless. So now let's take some time to sum up. No, there's too much. Let me sum up. If you know that reference, put it down in the comments. Here's the thing that you got to think about with these Beats Solo3 Wireless. They occupy a pretty premium price point, $300. They're well made. They've got a lot of great features that make them easier to use than just about any wireless headset I have ever tried. So they've got a lot going for them in the ease of use and all that, in all those categories. Thumbs up. Sound-wise, as I said, they've got sort of a C-level sound. I did it again, C-level. And this is where you have to make your judgment call. Do you care more about the sound? And the sound is the most important thing to you in a pair of headphones, especially an expensive pair. Or does the ease of use sway you over to wanting to buy these even though the sound might not be the best? I think there are a lot of people out there who really don't care as much about sound quality as someone like myself, or maybe some of you who are watching this video. Some people geek out over sound quality and really are very hard on their headphones when it comes to that. Some people just want headphones. You know, people bash Apple. They don't innovate anymore. They don't yada, yada, yada. This W1 chip is going to change the landscape of headphones, wireless headphones. Just going to take it to an entirely different level, and that's a good thing. Now, if Apple decides to license the W1 chip, then everybody, every manufacturer and every user is going to be able to take advantage of that, as long as they're on the Apple ecosystem. But it's quite possible that Apple will keep the W1 chip to themselves, use it in the headphones that they produce, and get that leverage over the competition. It'll be interesting to see how that develops as this market gets more and more mature. Now, you may love the sound of these headphones. They may be the best sounding headphones you've ever heard. And that's totally cool, and I hope that's the case if you go out and pick some up. But I wanted to give you all the information that I had based on the experience that I have. So thanks for being here. Thanks for watching. If you like the video, give it a like. If you like these kinds of videos, think about subscribing. There's a subscribe button down there in the watermark in the lower right-hand corner. I'd love to see you come back. Do leave me comments. Do ask me questions. I answer just about every single question that I possibly can. I try to reply to every single comment. I don't always have the time to get to it, but thank you for being here. I really appreciate you coming on and watching these videos. I really enjoy making them. Until the next time, this is the JTL, and I am out.